So what can a bicycle ride teach us about our living out the Christian faith? Hey friends, this is Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always love to connect with you midweek. Hope you're doing well. Hope you know that we love you and we think of you often, care about you a whole bunch. Here's that question for you again. What can a bicycle ride teach us about our living out of the Christian faith? And friends, this is the last part of this series, part 4. Well, if you remember correctly, back in August, I took a little bit of a bicycle ride, a little longer ride, and during that ride, I had plenty of time to think about some things, a lot of time to think, and I spent some time thinking about the connections between a long bicycle ride and how it is we live out our Christian faith. We've talked about some things the other weeks. Today, I want to talk to you about where your focus ought to be. If you're going to be on a long bicycle ride, or a long run, or maybe even a long car drive, anything that requires some endurance and perseverance, there's that word again, talked about that a couple weeks ago, you got to keep your eyes focused on the finish line. You have to keep your eyes focused on the goal. Because when you're just riding along and everything's going great, you can enjoy the day, that's fine and dandy. But when you're struggling a bit, when you feel like you're being challenged, when you're having to persevere and endure, maybe going up some of those hills of life, it sure helps to keep your eye fixed on the finish line out there. Because when you're riding in something that's of any length, or maybe when you're enduring something in life that feels like it's just going on and on and on, keeping your eyes fixed on that finish line, that goal, that place where you're headed, makes all the difference in the world. It gives you some place to dwell on and focus on. And here's where that might fit into your Christian faith. There are some great verses in the New Testament of the Bible that tell us as Christians where our focus should be, and in effect, they tell us what the end goal should be. There's a passage in the book of Hebrews 12, where we're told to fix our eyes on Jesus because He is the author and perfecter of our faith. Author and perfecter simply means that He's the one who kind of not only originated it and began it, but He's the perfect example of what it ought to look like. So as we're trying to live out our Christian faith and trying to become more like Jesus, maybe reading our Bibles, maybe praying, maybe trying to adopt some things and adapt some things in our life, where do we keep our focus? Well, it's not just on the everyday kind of grinding things out. It's certainly not even on the things that we did wrong yesterday. No. Our focus is on Jesus. He's the goal. We want to become more and more like Him. So friends, we fix our eyes on Jesus as though to say, that's my end goal, that's what I want to finish like right there. And here's another thought. Elsewhere in the Bible, Philippians 3, I think it is, says, I press on to take hold of that for which Christ Jesus took hold of me. That just reminds me that when we commit our life to Jesus Christ gives us a goal. He gives us a purpose. He gives us a passion for this life. He gives us values and priorities and ways of living. Jesus says, here's the goal I have for you. And then He says, you're not going to get there all at once. Nope, not a chance. You'll have to press on to take hold of that for which I took hold of you. So Jesus took hold of you, and now He says, just keep pressing on day after day. It's a process. It's not an event. It's going to take you a while to get there. Just keep pressing on to take hold of it. So friends, to me, that's a lot like a long bicycle ride. You'll have some great days when the sun is in your face, the wind's at your back, it just feels good. And then you round that corner and see that hill, and you might be facing a significant hill in your life right now. We just keep pressing on. Why? Because we know what the goal is. The goal is to finish well. The goal is to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. The goal, of course, is to just keep pressing on. If you're in a season of pressing on right now, know that we love you, we think of you often, and we are praying for you. Hope you have a wonderful week, friends. Take care of yourself. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.